Well, hello again. Let's bring you up to date on some things. The weather was pretty miserable, and we were gone a couple of days this week, and I know that you probably got snowed in too, but thanks for getting the assignments in. It really helped. Overall, things are getting a little bit better. Some people have been concerned about grades. We start out kind of slow and low. You'll get better. Everyone will get better. Don't panic yet. What you want to do is kind of look at your numbers compared to other people in the class numbers on the same assignment. And if you're in the mid to high 70s and they're in the mid to high 70s, don't worry, everyone's on the same footing. Now, if you're in the 60s and they're in the high 70s, there's a problem. If you, in fact, get into the 60s, you're doing something horribly wrong. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But overall, I'm very pleased with some of the papers and reflections that are coming in and what you're saying about what you found out about yourself. So way to go. Now, remember, the reflection paper is about you. This class is about you. Your reflection paper shouldn't go over what the numbers say and all of that stuff and just give me a rehash of the numbers you got. Tell me what those numbers mean to you. What is it telling you about yourself? What did you learn from doing the exercise? That's what this class is about, not you telling me that you got a 3 on this one and a 4 on that one. That's not it. Reflect on what the exercise did for you and told you about yourself. That's what this is all about. All right. Do not. Now, we've said this before, and some of you just aren't getting this. Do not write a reflection paper on a journal, a case study, or a study quiz. Those are 3 things that you send to me. Do not write a reflection paper on those. In essence, you only write reflection papers on the triads. Each of the triads, you write a reflection paper. The case of, and nickel and dimed, and occasionally another thing like Jerry or Jerry's Day. So, do not write reflection papers on journals, study quizzes, or case studies. All right. Test 1 went up Monday morning at 8 a.m. It'll go down Sunday at 11:55. Test 2 goes up Monday. That would be, the 2nd? Groundhog Day. Goes up Monday the 2nd at 8 a.m., and it'll go down on the following Sunday at 11:55 p.m. You've got to go online and do the tests. They're open book, so take care of that. A reminder, we've said this before, we'll say it again. Vacation time is all over the board because we've got students here from all parts of the state, and as a result, your deadlines are the same whether Ivy Tech Bloomington is on break or not. So you've got to stay up with the deadlines, it's one of those things that's the nature of an internet class. Let me say one other quick thing about internet classes. I've had a fair number of people say, well, that's not the way we did it in the other internet classes I was in. And that just doesn't hold water because there are no 2 internet classes that are exactly alike. I know some internet classes you have to respond 3 and 4 times a week. Some internet classes you even have to go to a location once or twice in the semester. So don't play the card of this isn't the way it is in all of the other internet classes I've ever taken. That's the way it is in this class, and get used to it. I mean, that's just it. That's what it's all about. When you do the triads, remember we said the class is about you, reflect on yourself. And the other thing that, reflection paper for nickel and dime, it helps if you reflect on what nickel and dime, what Barbara Ehrenreich went through, how you may be able to tie that in with something in your family or your life. It was really interesting. A lot of you picked the question about the characteristics of the city that she was writing about in Florida. And you went into the equivalent of Google and gave me demographic information. That's not what that was about. The essence of what you were supposed to write about was because it's a tourist town, because of the expense of hotels and restaurants, she couldn't afford to live where the job was, so she had to live out in the lesser income areas, and this is what that was about. And this is what you should be talking about. Please read that stuff carefully. I still have a fair number of you that are answering every single question. You're not reading the directions. I have some of you that are turning in reflection papers that are single-spaced and the equivalent of one sentence or a sentence and a half. You're going to be getting 60s on your submissions when that happens. One page, double-spaced, typed is what a reflection is. If you have to go to a page and a half, okay. On occasion, we'll let that happen. But generally, one page. I got to tell you, 99% of the people that are doing the reflections are doing it right. So keep it up. You're doing a good job. Some people are already behind in turning in assignments. It's that story I told you about a little bit pregnant. There's no such thing as a little bit pregnant. You either are or you aren't. And in an online class, you are either behind, and that means way behind, or you're right up to where you ought to be. A fair number of you are right up to where you ought to be on the assignments. But some of you haven't turned in a single assignment in the first week, and you're being spotty on some of the things you're turning in. Every one of the assignments needs to be turned in. Now, if the assignment on the grade sheet is in pink, it is severely overdue. If it's in yellow, it's overdue. You'll get 1 week of yellow, and then the next week that becomes pink. You need to deal with that because, let me put it to you like this. It's better to get a 60 on a paper, that's a failing grade, but a 60, than to get a 0, because your grade is based on your average of all of your scores. So please turn in the assignments. Let me just reiterate, a lot of you are getting it. A lot of you are figuring this out. A lot of you are dealing with the assignments and reflecting that these things are telling you some things about yourself that you kind of knew in some cases, or you never really contemplated it quite that way. Way to go. You know what? That's what this class is about, and you're going to get a lot out of this class with that attitude. So keep up the good work. Keep turning the assignments in on time. Don't turn anything in before 48 hours before it's due. And I think that you're pretty well falling into the routine. Keep it up. Keep improving. Those grades are going to start going up, and you'll start doing very, very well. There is not a single person watching this YouTube right now in this class that can't get at least a C in this class by doing an honest effort in all of the assignments that have to be turned in. B's and A's? Yeah, you can do that too. Do a good job on the things you turn in. And be honest and be candid. Talk about the things in a candid way, because if you dismiss everything as this doesn't apply to me or this doesn't talk to me, then it's not, the class is going to be of little value to you. Embrace what the topics are and what you're learning from them. Have a great day, a great weekend. Hope for no more snow. Hope the driveways get clear and what's there melts and it doesn't cause any flooding. And we'll talk to you next time. Have a great one. Bye.